been a past life healer since 2017. Even before that ability opened up, I thought, I don't know, maybe I have one past life. Like, I wasn't opposed to the idea, but I just didn't think that I had that many. Once I started to help people see and heal their past lives, I was like, oh shit, I've got quite a few. Okay. And then I started to heal mine. I've got plenty of series on that. Last year, I realized that there were Akashic librarians and Akashic record readers. I then saw that I was a librarian. And what that means is I'm a guide. There were appointed librarians and appointed readers. And the Akashic record readers were able to go into the library and check out your book and read it for you. And the librarians were able to give you a tour of the library or the parts that you needed to see. And I was a librarian. I was like, oh, okay, I get that. Well, last year, around May, June of 2020, I was like, why is the Akashic Library under lock and key? Like, why is it locked up? Shouldn't everybody have access to their own information, right? And this is before I realized that I unlocked locks and Kool-Aid Man broke into stuff and released things and brought everything to the light. I didn't know I did all of that. So this is when I had first started making blanket statements. Were like, Spirit, if it's in my highest good, please allow me access to blah, 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 blah. And I said, please allow me access to my library card, my personal library card. And when I did this, just by making this phrase, the entire walls of the gigantic Akashic library, the energetic walls of it, bulldozed down. Because another thing that's in my spiritual toolbox is a wrecking ball, which I didn't find out until after. During a session one day, I was taking a client in, and I figure stuff out as I go. So I don't remember exactly how it happened, but we went into their Akashic library, and when we did, it looked like their own. I don't know if I was in a puzzle solving or working with a session, but I was like, holy shit, we're in your personal Akashic library. That's when I realized everybody had their own. Because remember, I was just trying to give a library card. I had no idea. I know that a lot of Akashic librarians and Akashic readers were pissed at me for doing that because everything was structured and under lock and key. And I mean, if you work, that's like someone coming in and bulldozing your fucking office. Like, you work there. Of course you're not going to be too happy about it. But it wasn't my intention. I just unlock things and bring things to the light. And that's what happened. So in a session, once I realized everybody had their own Akashic library, I started taking people into the Akashic library. And I would feel around and I noticed that everybody's library looked different. Nobody's was exactly the same, but all of them uniquely fit their aesthetic. And also noticed that if you did the house cleaning to the library, it would change. Like, it could be really dusty and decrepit and run down, and then you do the Akashic library, it might the house cleanse, it might look completely different. Or it could just be cleaned up and sparkly, and there'd be plants and lighting in there, or it might be outside instead of inside, all the mirages get removed. So that was really fucking cool. And then by walking people into their library, I realized that you could ask to see the book and then step into the book as if it was like a portal. And I realized you could ask how many lives you've had on Earth and what your spiritual gifts were and stuff like that. All of this is in my link tree under steps for past life scenarios. Another thing I noticed, a few months into doing this and talking about it online, talking about it on TikTok, people's books started to go missing. Because it wasn't under lock and key anymore, so they were easily accessible by anybody. And I was on a session with someone. I was like, where the fuck are all your books? I could feel they were missing. They could see they were missing. And I just canceled the session. I was like, I got to get on this right away. I don't know where the books are. I got to get the books back. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I have a series a few months back around August or so, or July or August of last year. That's where are the fucking books? Got all of those back, and then we designed a lock and key situation for everybody that is only adjustable by them. When we made sure that we couldn't even get in there without permission from the person, because we want to put everything back, help everybody remember. And then another few months after that, realized by working in sessions, working with people, that your personal library isn't just your library, it's a vault. So there's certain things that you put into your vault or your library for safekeeping that only your soul knows about. Like there is a ring that's like so powerful it can destroy everything, kind of like the Lord of the Rings situation. And this one person had it in their vault and they were holding it like hostage because if it got in the wrong hands, it could harm everybody, but it wasn't affected by them. Like it was null and void if for them. So they had their library looked like a booby trap, like a maze and stuff, and even I couldn't go into it because it was heavily protected. And so that's when I discovered everybody's library is like a vault also. So that was a really cool discovery. There's been 3 or 4 libraries that I've been in with other people that were a vault for a reason. Also with the Akashic libraries, we discovered that Atlantis had their own, because Atlantis is still, it's not just one place, it's all over the world, and it's another layer of Earth. It's like an underworld layer, and there's dimensions in there as well, which is really interesting. But they have their own Akashic library, which is like, because their time is still going on right now as ours is going on. Like, there's life still happening. They had their own Akashic library, and we had to unlock that. I have a series on that. It's my Squid series, which is really interesting. That was like the first time TikTok made fun of me. One of the first times. So that's good. But yeah, there's a big, giant Akashic library there, and that's why so many people weren't able to see their Atlantis life, but they are now because we helped unlock that vault of information. We also discovered that the library used to be a cave in Lemuria, and it's grown and expanded, and that's why there was lock and key and like order and line, because it used to be a small place. So that was cool too. But yeah, you used to have to hire specifically a guide or a reader in order to experience your past lives. Now it's open for everybody. You just got to remember how to do it. It still takes practice, and it does help to have someone go in with you or to help you look at it. But like my whole page is dedicated to those kind of tips and tricks, so I'm not going to go into it in this series. Also, some people's libraries look like they're outside. Some people's libraries look like they're inside. Some people's libraries don't have books in it at all. There's empty bookcases, and it feels like when you've lived someplace for hundreds of years but you're moving, like it's the energy still there but it's empty. And I was like, are the books gone missing again? But no, they just went like digital is the best way to put it. You don't have to go into your library to get to your past lives either. You can just ask to see, and a portal will open and take you into it. Really, really cool stuff, but I realized I never fully shared that story with you guys, and I saw that video and wanted to share.
Wow. Crazy. You're crazy, girl.